come up with different sorts of questions. And a couple of them have their own doubts between choosing Hungary and the other neighboring countries as well. So
Yeah.
via this session, we would try to establish a clear idea, why this country can be suitable to you, who should exactly choose for it, what are the possible career outcomes, and how you can ultimately move and settle in Hungary. Okay. Now,
All
with
right.
us today, we have our guest, Miss Anjum Khan, who is a key role partner, in terms of IBS. Now, she'll be sharing her insights about the school, about the programs and everything. And you can please ask any kind of the doubts, that you have related to the country or the school in particular. Okay. Now, ma'am, over to you, please.
Thank you so much, Yash, and thank you for organizing this. Hi, everyone. My name is Anjum Khan, and I'm the regional manager for International Business School. Today, I'll be taking you guys through a small presentation where I'll be talking about the IBS, and also, as requested by Yash, we need to discuss a little bit overview about the Budapest and how you guys can settle down there, keeping in mind study as your primary focus. So I am just going to share my screen, and once we'll finish off the session, I'll be happy to take your questions as well.
Right.
Just 1 second. All right. Okay. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Is it? All right. Perfect. So, hi everyone. As you can see here, International Business School, and you can also see here University of Buckingham, which is our strategic partner. IBS basically have two campuses. Our main campus is located in Budapest, where we are running all the programs, right from the foundation, bachelor's, master's, and PhDs. Then we have Vienna campus, which is our branch campus, where we are only running with one particular program, which is International Business Management in Masters. To give you a little overview about the IBS, IBS was actually founded in 1991. We were the first private business school, which soon became a university. So now we have a university status, and we also provide students with a dual degree. So any student who will join IBS will have an opportunity to have a dual degree. They will have a British degree, which is from the University of Buckingham, UK. And then they will also have a degree from IBS, which is a European degree. Tuition fees is absolutely affordable. The living cost is way more low. And we also come up with a lot of scholarships. Something that really makes IBS stand out from the other business school is our study pattern. So our study pattern is basically mainly practical and less of a theoretical. So I would say we are mainly a practice-oriented education is what we are focused on. And we have students from over 125 countries, so which makes it truly an international community. Also, one thing that I would like to highlight here is batch. We have a very small group classes. So probably we'll have 20-25 students in one batch, where our professors, they'll be able to focus on each of the student. And to be very precise, it's like our professors, they know the students by their names. So that's how they are focused on each and every candidate. So also we have, if something related to the career that you guys are looking for, we are the only university which is also providing you with the placement assistance. We provide the placement assistance to all of our students, be it bachelor's or master's. As you can see here, we have students from around the globe. And as I was discussing about the British and the Irish degree, so we have University of Buckingham as our strategic partner. We also have Dublin Business School, along with the few more other universities like Leicester University, UK, and also BHMS Switzerland. So whichever program you will select, be it with the University of Buckingham program or be it Dublin Business School program, you will also have a European degree, as in you will also have a IBS degree along with it. All right, so to give you a little overview about the Budapest, how is the city, living expenses and everything. So Budapest is actually a capital city of Hungary, which is also famous for a historical downtown. You will see a lot of historical things, theater, and a lot of musical things and a lot of concerts that happen in Budapest. Also, Budapest is a place where Budapest have always been known actually for the tourism purpose, if you guys know, which slowly became also now a hub for the multinational companies. One question that I always ask, or somebody who's looking forward to study in Europe, this is the first question that comes in the mind. How about the language barrier? Do I need to have local expertise, or do I need to learn the local language? So my answer to this is absolutely no. You do not need the local language to survive in Budapest or to work or study in Budapest. To compare with any other European country or city, Budapest is a place where if you know English, you are good to go in your day-to-day activities, be it your, going to the shopping mall or doing your day-to-day activities, any restaurants, anywhere, wherever you will go. If you know English, you are good to go, because this is one of the reason behind it is because Budapest have always been known for the tourism purpose. So you see people always coming from the different nationalities to Budapest. So they all communicate in one single language, which is English. Now also on the professional front, if you ask that, if on the professional ground in the companies, if they will ask you for the local language, again, the answer is no. And there's a reason to it, because whatever the multinational companies that are based in Budapest, all the top bosses, the top hierarchy is the non-Hungarian people. So when the bosses are the non-Hungarian, so of course they prefer English language culture in the office. And hence, if you know English, you're good to go. Budapest is also one of the safest city, and Hungary is one of the safest country. It's the crime free, yet they have an amazing nightlife. They have all kind of restaurants available. So anyone who is looking for any kind of a specific food, be it Indian, North Indian, South Indian, veg, non-veg, or Middle Eastern food, any kind of a food that you're looking for, you can very easily, you can avail that food. Living expense is highly affordable. So let's say there is a travel pass, transportation pass that will cost you around 3 euros per month, which I believe is just free of cost, because you can travel across Hungary in just 3 euros monthly. So on the student card, you will have a lot of discounts, be it on your day-to-day basis and also on a lot of other things that you will see a lot of discounts on the student ID. Talking about the bachelor's program that we have with the University of Buckingham, we got corporate finance. Then we have business management with the specialization in arts, AI and data analytics, diplomacy and international relations, HRM with business psychology, marketing, and tourism. All the programs that you will study with the University of Buckingham will be 3 years full-time course, which you will study in Budapest. Your per year fees is 8,000 euros. So for the first year, you will have to pay a yearly fees, like 1 year fees. Second year onwards, you can pay semester wise as well. So we have basically 2 intakes in a year. So now we are recruiting the students for September intake with the deadline May 31st for the September intake. So initially the application processing fees would be 400 euro, which is a one time. Then we also have one time registration for the non-EU students, which will be for 900 euro, followed by a tuition fees of 4,000 euro for a semester. We also provide the scholarship, like 10 to 100% scholarship we offer. For example, we do not need the IELTS or TOEFL. It is not mandatory, but of course we need a good communication skills, and you also have to provide an MOI. But still, if there is any student who is applying for bachelor's, if you can provide an IELTS band of 6.5 with no band less than 6, in that case, we can provide you a starter scholarship of 25% on your first semester based on the IELTS. Now, apart from this, if you study well in the first year and you score well, then you have a chance to get up to 100% scholarship in the second year and in the final year as well. Then we have these 4 programs with the University of IBS and also with the Dublin Business School. So we also have new pathways. So for example, these 4 programs: business administration and management, commerce and marketing, digital media, international business economics, and psychology. So these programs come with the new pathways as well, which means initial 2 years of all these 4 programs, you will have to study in the Budapest. This is basically a 2 countries program. So initial 2 years you will study in Budapest. Final year you have a choice. Either you can go to Dublin Business School, Ireland to proceed with your final year, or you can go to De Montfort University, be it a UK campus, or they also have a Dubai campus, which is up to the student if they would like to go for a UK or for Dubai. And then we also have BHMS Switzerland for the final year. So the programs varies from 6th, 7th, or 8th semester, depending upon which program you chooses. And also the fee structure will vary in the final year. So for the first 2 years, it's going to be €4,000 per semester, which is again €8,000 for a year. Then we have the master's program available with the University of Buckingham, IT for Business Data Analytics, Strategy International Management with a specialization in AI and cybersecurity, hospitality, human resource management, finance, and marketing. All these programs are available in the Budapest campus. Okay, if you see from here, all these programs are available in the Budapest campus. Vienna, we are only running with one program, which is international management. Now, the students who will study in the Budapest campus will have a dual degree, University of Buckingham, and as well as IBS degree. Okay, student who will study in Vienna will only have a UK degree, which is University of Buckingham degree. Now, something really excited about the master's program, more specifically in the Budapest campus, is our students will be allowed to work full time. So bachelor students can work part-time 20 hours per week, whereas the master students can work full-time. Their classes will start from 5 p.m. onwards, so they can go for a full-time job in their daytime. So the duration of program is 3 semesters, but if you see here, you need to pay tuition fees only for 2 semesters. So technically the study is only for 12 months and you need to pay tuition fees for 2 semesters. Third semester is only to submit your dissertation and for the placements. So definitely we provide all of our students with the placement facilities as well. Then we have this MBA in Data-Driven Management. This program is customized for the working professionals where we need minimum 3 to 5 years of business-related work experience. Again, the program duration is 3 semesters. May 31st is the deadline and €6,400 is your per semester tuition fees. We also have 2 PhD program, doctoral program, which is International Affairs and Business and Management. This is a little bit tougher to get into it. So if somebody who is looking for a PhD must submit their research proposal. And once the research proposal is accepted by the university, then maybe it might take a couple of months to get you the first approval. It's a 6 semesters, 3 years program and with limited number of hours that you have to attend the classes. And this also comes with a 80% of scholarship. So your scholarship will be based on what you will provide a research proposal, whether if it will be accepted by the Buckingham. Then we also have an International University Foundation program. This program is somebody who has done their class 10th or O level will be eligible to join this program, which is equivalent to class 12th. So this will be a 1-year program. After your 10th, you can proceed with this program and it will be equivalent to class 12th or A level. After this, you can join either IBS or any other university from your year 1 bachelor's degree. So €3,000 per semester is the tuition fee, €6,000 is the full program fees for the foundation. Now, this is something very, very important for each one of you to focus on is the well-being services and student life. Career building, which I'm going to explain in detail the next slide, which is very important to understand. And then we have a peer mentoring where we will have an existing student who will going to help the new IBS students, because they'll be new to the city, country, so they're going to mentor them for their regular training and guidance. We also have various student LED clubs, and we also have sports at IBS where we have basketball, football, table tennis, yoga, and now also a cricket for all these students. Under the career building, this is the career services, which means International Business School is the only university which is organizing on-campus placement fair specifically only for the IBS students. So these are our key corporate partners. You can see here all big companies, be it KPMG, Bata, Polo, Tesco, Emirates, and Tata, and then MKB is there, Morgan Stanley is there, Citibank, Cognizant, Deloitte is here. So we have all big MNCs. You can check here the name of our key corporate partners. They will come on campus. Bachelor students will sit in the placement for in their 5th semester, and master students will sit in the 3rd semester. Mostly all of our students, every time we are successfully able to place all of our student. And I think one of the main reason is like Budapest always needs the people. They are always in need of the manpower. So that makes something really special. Also, Budapest is a place where you will have more opportunity for the full-time jobs comparatively to the part-time jobs. Unlike the any other country where you see a blue collar part-time jobs for the students, Budapest is a place where you can get a white collar full-time jobs more easily comparatively the part-time jobs. Now, this is our very beautiful campus. If you can see this is our campus, which is located in Budapest. We are located in the business park where there are more than 60 multinational companies are here, which makes somewhere very comfortable for the master students to go ahead because, they work full time in the business park only, and then in the evening they can attend their classes. If you can see this terrace, this is the Microsoft building, which is located right next to the IBS. You literally just have to cross the service lane, and here's the Microsoft, SAP, Canon, and Graphisoft. These all companies are just at a minute or maybe less than a minute walk from our campus. Also, I feel very, very proud to say the CFO and the marketing head for Microsoft is an IBS alumni, and also marketing head in Graphisoft is like IBS alumni. So IBS is very, very well known when it comes to providing the placements to the students. This is our on-campus accommodation in Budapest, which is not mandatory for the students to take, but in case if you are interested, you can go ahead with the accommodation, but you have to inform us well in advance because generally it is fully packed. This is our Vienna campus. So Vienna campus is generally a smaller campus. It's just one floor campus for the master's program because there is just only one program that we are offering, Masters in International Business Management. So this is the smaller campus. Why I have showed you guys the photograph for the campus so that you will have an idea like how the campus looks like. So this is it from my side. I am happy to take all of your questions if you have any questions regarding anything.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. I think it was a wonderful
Sure.
session. So now there were a couple of things that I myself wanted to ask first, before I open the board.
Mhm.
Okay, now you have told so much about the IBS in general. You have told so much about Hungary in general, I'd say. Can you give us a short comparison of any if let's say if I'm trying to choose Hungary over any other countries, like what kind of benefits do I get over other places? Maybe probably
Okay.
with as comparison with the other popular European destinations, like you've got Germany, you've got Italy,
Yeah.
and you've got France and other places.
Okay, so see if I have to compare now Budapest with let's say it's Austria, I'm gonna pick up the high-rated cities or countries in Europe. Okay, Austria is there, Germany, France, Italy, as you said. So if I have to compare, number one is the language barrier. So if you go to the Germany, even if I go to the Germany, I face a lot of language barrier. Okay, even if I go to Italy or France, there is too much of the language barrier. There's so much of influence of the local language. So this is something that you will not at all face in the Budapest. Budapest, if you know English, you are good to go because it's too much of international, I would say, a culture or environment there. Also, one of the safest, of course, you cannot go in the evening to roam around in the Italy, if even a late night in Germany, you cannot just go around. So if I have to see from the safety concern, like if I have to go around 11 o'clock in the night to roam around the bridge, I just go like on my own. All right. So it's like very, very safe. It's a crime free. We have so many students, they attend the classes in the evening. So it's quite safe. Third, very, very important is the earning part. Okay. Now, if you compare it with any other country, if students are studying, I don't think so they will be able to earn more than 500 euros for a month. Okay, that to be they really find it hard and they can only get it a blue collar job. There are very less chances that they can get in any of these countries the white collar job. But now if I have to compare it with the Budapest, Budapest is a place I think all of our master students are working, and the idea of keeping the classes in the evening so that they can have a full-time white collar job. So it's not something that they're having a blue collar job in the for the whole day. They are going for the white collar job where none of my students, specifically for master students, if I have to say, I always say 1,000 euro, but I know none of my students are earning less than 1,500 to 2,000 euros per month while they are studying, which I can write it on the piece of paper that they cannot get it in any other country. Okay.
Nice. That's great, actually. Actually, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also like a living expense is something, even let's say if I have to compare it with Austria, we have a campus in Austria, so let me not compare it with any other places, because Austria is one of the top country, I would say. And so let's say there is a travel pass, there is a transportation card. So transportation is same all over in the Europe, right? The quality. Now, if I have to talk about the cost, so if you are in Hungary, it will only cost you 3 euro for a month, and you can travel across the Hungary, all the public transport, be it tube, tram, bus, everything. Now, the same transportation card cost you 80 euro in Vienna.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And so Budapest is like one of the cheapest, I would say, our transportation card. Accommodation wise, it's like very, very less. So our on-campus accommodation costs 400 to 600 euros. But if the student stays outside, they can probably get it in 250 euro for a month.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yes. So living expense is, I would say, one of the thing which is like very, very affordable. And earnings are high and expenses are way too less.
Right. Right. Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So the board is open for questions. Anything. Now, if you have any questions, now you've got three options. One, you can post it in the Q&A box. We'll read it out and give you the answers. Second is you can put them in the chat box also if you feel that. Third is like there is a raise hand button like which is there on your YouTube. I'm sorry, which is there on your Zoom thing. Please raise your hand. I'll unmute you. You can ask the questions directly. Anything is fine. Okay. And so I'll be taking questions like which will be coming on from the Instagram, like whichever are getting posted. Okay, so one of the questions says what is the scope of full-time job after studies? Okay.
Okay. So
What is the
be
scope
it
for full-time jobs? Yeah.
bachelor's, yeah. So be it bachelor's or master's, as I say, like, we are providing with the placement assistance to all the students. So you can refer to our website as well, where we have also mentioned the key corporate partners. One thing that, everybody have to understand is like Budapest is a place where they always need the manpower. For example, if there is an opening for 100 openings for a post, okay, they would only receive 70 or 80 applications. So, and also to give you an example, we had one bank that visited our campus like last to last month. Okay, they needed 1,500 people. We couldn't place 1,500. So whatever students we had, we placed all of them. So if you will be a part of the IBS, because we specifically conduct the placement fair just for our students, so highest chance to get the job, be it bachelor's or master's students.
Okay, great, great.
Yeah.
Now, hello, ma'am. How about campus jobs? Is there anything such as campus jobs in IBS and
Yes.
other places also?
Yes, we do have on-campus jobs, but this is something that I do not promote it like this, or I guarantee the student, because this is something very, very specific. We have a lot of our IBS students, who are like, who are working and studying at IBS, but it depends on your code of conduct as well. Like somebody in the marketing, they are, they're already studying IBS and working with us. Our pro-rector, he was actually a pass out of IBS 28 years back. So it's like you can get a job on campus as well. There are possibilities.
Okay, okay. Now, what kind of funds are accepted for student visa to Hungary? What
Okay,
kind of
you need to show liquid funds. 8,000 euros is what minimum you need to show. And either it can be a self-funding, or you can show it in your parents' account. No third-party funding is allowed. So in case your parents sponsor it, you just need to get a source of funds, which is the ITR for the last 2 years, and also an affidavit of support that they'll gonna, sponsor your studies. That's it. So 8,000 euros and only the liquid funds. No loan sanction letter will be approved as show many.
No, this is obviously apart from the education loan you're talking about, right?
Apart from?
The education loan.
Yeah, education, no, even if you provide the education loan, you can pay your tuition fees with the education loan, which is absolutely normal. But for the visa filing, you need to show the liquid funds in the account. So if your bank loan can be dispersed directly in your account, which is also fine, but it should be the running account and the liquid funds.
Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah, yeah.
What is the PSW for masters, post-study work visa?
Yeah, it's 16 months for everyone. Sorry, 15 months
15 months for masters.
for
Okay.
bachelor's and as well as for masters.
For bachelor's and masters both.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this only for IBS or for all the colleges in Hungary?
No, so if you check the other universities in IBS, oh, sorry, in Hungary, it is the 9 months as per Hungary, which is like PSW is 9 months. But IBS also provides you an additional 6 months PSW for all of our students, like IBS students.
So how is this possible actually? Can I know? I mean, I think
Yeah.
post-study work visa is a fairly technical issue that is to be like,
Immigration.
approved by the embassy, no?
Yeah, yeah. So it is like as per there is one job search visa as well. Like, if you know, like, if the students would like to extend it. So there is a possibility that the university can also grant their student if they need an additional immigration, so we already have that approval. So our students who are going to join the IBS will have a 15-month study, post-study work visa. And if there is, you go to any other university, it is like directly embassy provides the 9 months. On top of that, a university can also provide you, like they are allowed to do that.
Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah.
Are fresh funds accepted?
Actually, we can accept, but there are conditions, keeping in mind the visa. So as per law, if I'll go as per rule, yes, you can provide the fresh funds, but keeping in mind the visa possibility, visa chances, because from I think the past 3 years, we're sitting with the zero rejections. But that doesn't mean that, we can provide any sort of file and we will get it approved, which means that we are very mindful when we file the visa. So
Okay.
if you're providing the fresh funds, which means account should not be new. Okay, because you need to submit 6 months bank statement. Okay, so
Okay.
6 months bank statement doesn't mean that the funds should be 6 months old, but they will see that the funds are not deposited just for the heck of getting the visa. So there should be no cash deposit, heavy cash deposit, in the recent time. Otherwise, it will be questionable. But you
Okay.
can do as soon as you apply with us, make sure that you start maintaining your account. I would like to sum up like this.
Okay. Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Understood. Understood. So let's say even if somebody, let's say like he's trying to make deposits, for showing like for the Hungary, it's rather recommended that he does it in smaller denominations and then, ultimately accumulating it to 8 lakh of what it is,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
got
Yeah.
it. Total cost for studying masters in Hungary, IBS. Total cost for masters. Yeah.
So 12,800 will be your total tuition fees, followed by a one-time registration of 900 and an application processing fees of 400. So this is your total course fees, application and registration. Okay. Apart from this, the living expense, maybe you can calculate as 300 euro approximately monthly.
300 euros approximately monthly.
Yeah,
Okay.
living expense.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Any limitations on the backlogs?
No, we
Okay.
just need a previous degree. If you have cleared all your backlogs, we're okay with that.
Okay. On the same subject, I wanted to ask one more thing. Is key, like, do you think is it Hungary or IBS in general will accept extended degrees also? Somebody like who has finished a 4-year degree in 6 years or maybe 7 years or something like that?
Yeah, but we need a proper like explanation for it, like whether the student was a dropout in between or whether there was a backlog. So we need a proper explanation for it. But yes, we can take the students. Ultimately, they should have the degree, like to proceed further.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And there's no as such thing like that 15 years of education or 16 years of education like will
No,
be prioritized or something like that. No, no such thing, right?
no. There's nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Offer letter time, and is it MOI based? Okay.
Yes, so we can accept the student based on the MOI as well, but here is the condition. It is not something that we're gonna accept every student based on the MOI. It's at the time of interview, we will gonna decide if we feel like that the student is good to go, we are convinced with the communication, we can ask the student to provide the MOI and we can accept that candidate. But if I feel like at the time of interview that the student is not good enough with the communication skills, in that case, we can ask the student to go ahead with any English proficiency test, be it IELTS, TOEFL, or PT, or maybe Duolingo.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
And what's the offer letter time? I mean, how long does it
So
take just to get an offer letter?
So it depends, like, how soon the student will make the payment and the interview schedule. But typically, I would say 1 week of time, right from the time you upload the application in the system. If you upload all the documents timely, you will have the schedule in the next 2 days. And the day of the interview, same day, you will have the results as well. So I would say maybe 1 week or at the max 1.5 week.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Personal loans accepted in liquid funds. Oh, are personal loans accepted?
We are okay with it in case, like, by any medium you can pay the fees, and for so many we need the liquid funds. Now it is, if educational loan or if it is a personal loan, we are okay with it. Like, there's no such restrictions from our side.
Okay, but let me get this straight then. Like, in terms
Okay.
of funding and in terms of like money that a student needs to be prepared for, so how much are we talking about? So I think we are talking about 1 year of tuition and then 1 year of living, right? Or is it different? Please correct
No,
me.
it's like they're very fixed with 8,000 euros is what minimum they need in the account. Okay, either bachelor's or master's, because technically bachelor students are asked to, like, they'll have to pay yearly payment, so they'll have to pay a 1 year of payment. Master student, even if they pay semester wise or if they pay the whole program in one go, it is up to them. The choice is theirs. But for visa filing, it is mandatory for each student to minimum show 8,000 euros.
This is inclusive of tuition and living, or is it?
Yeah, there's nothing like, because tuition anyways, they are paying the tuition fees. So first they will have to pay the tuition fees, then only they will get an invitation and accommodation letter. So tuition fees have to be paid before visa. So yeah, so at the time of the visa filing, it's the 8,000 euro, which we calculate as living expense, like, to show in the account.
Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
would be all that is needed in that scheme, right?
Yes, yes.
Great. Now, what percentage in bachelor's degree is accepted from admission to master's?
We need minimum 50% to proceed further. Rest depends on the interview. So interview is mandatory for each student, but academically we need minimum 50%.
Okay, okay. Hi, ma'am. For MBA or any other specialization course, any work experience is needed.
Yes, if you are going ahead with the MBA data driven management, this program needs a work experience for minimum 3 to 5 years.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Ma'am, is the refunded of 900 euros? Okay, so what they're essentially asking is like, will we get a refund of 900 euros if the visa gets rejected?
Okay, so if the visa gets rejected, then 400 euro will be deducted as an admin fees from the 900 euro. Rest tuition fees is 100% refundable.
Acha, got it.
Yeah.
How much duration to get a visa? How much time does it take for us to get a visa?
Usually the day you will submit your visa application, it don't take more than 20 to 25 working days. Also, if the student is from south or west, they will have to file at the Mumbai High Commission. If the student is from east and north, they will have to file it from Delhi High Commission. What I have seen is, like, Mumbai is comparatively quite quicker than Delhi, because all other country files comes to Delhi, and Mumbai is only handling south and west. So yeah, usually 20 working days is the max you get your visa.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, ma'am, can you please let me know about this profile, okay? Bachelor's has completed in 2017, having experience from 2017 till date, and the age is 14. Now, is it possible for him to do an MBA?
Okay. Age is, sorry, how much is the age?
Age is 40.
And how many total work experience this person carries?
He said he finished his bachelor's in 2017. I mean, I don't know, like, if it fits right, because for somebody who's 40 years of age, I think he must be doing his bachelor's in 2003, 5 or something like that, no?
That's right. That's what my question is. So it depends. I need to check the profile. I need to check the work experience as well, because for Austria campus, Budapest, definitely no. This profile is not eligible. For Vienna campus, Austria, we do not have an age cap. Okay. So I would like to highlight here 2 points about the Austria campus. There are two things. There is no age limit to the Austria campus. B, I can say 100% visa for Austria, because visa filing will be done through our lawyer, and it is mandatory for each student to file the visa through our university lawyer only. Okay. Now the show money for Vienna is different. It will be around 40 to 18,000, 14 to 18,000 euros. The show money. Also, if there is any student who has done, let's say, it's class 12th and they haven't done their bachelor's, but if they can show 3 years of managerial work experience, in that case, we can take the student directly for the master's.
Got it. Got it. So can you
Yeah.
give me, ma'am, a brief difference or any kind of similarities or any kind of differences between somebody going to the Vienna campus and the Budapest campus?
Yeah.
Uh,
Vienna
are there
campus, it's a
any
single
things
degree.
that are different for post study, particularly post study, not during study?
Okay, so posted there one is like student will only have one degree with the University of Buckingham, not with the IBS. Okay, if the student is going for Vienna. Secondly, there will be no post-study work visa. PSW is not there. However, student can join our placement fair in Budapest and can get a placement from there since they are also our IBS students. So that's the only difference. Also, the student can work part-time if they are in Vienna. Budapest, they can work full-time.
Okay. And how soon do they need to apply for this placement services? I mean, before completing their degree, what's
Uh,
advisable?
See, what we normally say, because we do not have like the whole day classes, okay? We are mainly the practical based. But if it is, let's say, Vienna, if the student gets any full-time job, we do allow the student to go ahead with a job. They can even change their visa category, provided that they attend the classes.
Oh, this is nice. Okay.
Yes, yes. So they will have to attend the classes, then only they'll be eligible to get the degree. So which is mandatory for each student. But however, I think in Austria also more specifically, if I have to talk about the Vienna as capital, because that's the capital city, there are plenty of jobs with a high pay scale.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Will there be any personal interview for the visa?
Yes. For Hungary, yes, there will be an interview at the High Commission. Even for Vienna, it is not the interview, but at least you have to be prepared with the minimum questions, like which question, which course you're going to study. The basic questions for Vienna. But for Hungary, yes, there will be an interview. Also, there will be one mathematic test as well at the High Commission in the embassy only. We also have got a sample paper, like sample question paper is there on our website, which is around 7 questions, and it's like the very basic mathematic questions. For example, 5,000 euros will how much be in the Indian currency? Okay, so the format of questions will remain same. They can just change the digits. So they might ask you 7,000 or 4,000. So we have the exact format in our website. So that's the only requirement.
Nice, nice. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay. Would you accept long gap after graduation?
We do accept. It's like depends on the student profile. I need to check the CV if the student was working or what the student was doing, like for all those years. So we need to check the profile. But for Budapest campus, we have an age limit for each program. Like foundation is 20 years at the max. Bachelor's is 24 years at the max, but in few exceptional cases, we did accepted the student with 26 and 27 years as well, and the student got the visa. But those were in the cases where the profile was like extremely good and the student was working or something like that. Okay. And for masters in
I think
Budapest,
22 is still fine. But I think what this person, particularly Karthik, who has asked this question, might have meant if the age is above 30 or 35, what in that case?
yeah, if they have already the bachelor's degree.
Yeah, hopefully after graduation, Mani, I'm
After
assuming.
yeah, all right. After graduation, yes. Then in that case, they can go until 34 years is allowed for Budapest. Again, in Budapest, I have also allowed the student with like 36 years as well. In some cases, where the profile is like exceptionally well. So again, if the student is like 30, 34 years, up to 34 years, we can accept it for masters in Budapest.
Okay, okay, got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Ma'am, so you mentioned basically something about scholarships, right? So I think there is a question for that.
Mhm.
Scholarships, what about free education requirements? I don't think there's no,
Okay.
I don't think there's a concept of free education, but I think IBS do have massive scholarships. I think I saw something up to 70 or 75. Can you tell about that?
We have up to 100% actually, but it is something not from the year one. So let's say if somebody comes with an IELTS score, IELTS is not mandatory. But if you have a good IELTS score, 6.5 for bachelor's and 7 for master's, in that case, we can provide a starter scholarship. So for bachelor's, it's like 25% on the first semester we can provide. But if you study well for the first year, then you can get up to 100% scholarship in the second year and as well as in the final year. So it depends. It's the merit-wise scholarship.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
I think education gap we've covered.
Yeah.
And ma'am, can you tell us something about students coming from diploma background? Somebody who studied 10th and then they have done 3 years of diploma in India. What kind of options can we provide with them?
Actually, I need to check what kind of a diplomas, because there is one diploma that I know. It's like ITI diploma, something like this, which is equivalent to class 12th. Okay, so if
Right.
you have an equivalency of that diploma, like if for that after 10th, if that diploma is equivalent to class 12th, in that case, we can take the students from the year one of the bachelor's degree.
Okay. And what about the other ones? Like, let's say if it is from central government or, state government diplomas, like, where they give diploma in computer science, diploma in business management or something like that. Like, will they still get
Is it
accepted?
equivalent to class 12th? Is there an
Equivalency.
equivalency? Is
Right?
it equal to class 12th?
In some cases, I'll give you an understanding of like how it works in Indian education system. Okay.
Okay.
In the context of Indian education, now people who have done their diploma, which is essentially a 3 year thing after the 10th standard, they
Mhm.
usually get qualified to study in the second year of bachelor's in India. So it
Okay.
is higher than 12th standard.
No, 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 no. This is the, so you need to have, let's say, if somebody who has an advanced diploma from, let's say, from Cambridge or any other English body, in that case, we can still check, but it's like we need to do all the course mapping. So, which is very, very difficult in case of University of Buckingham, because we follow the UK curriculum. So in order to get the direct entry in the second year, it is very important to see if the year one module, and we'll be able to do the course mapping, which I'm afraid we can't do it if the student have studied year one in English or like in India.
Understood, understood.
Yeah.
And what about this setting, like, where they have done diploma and then they have done their bachelor's and
Mhm.
now applying for master's? I think this will go through, right?
They have the diploma and then they have done their bachelor's and now they'll be going for the master's.
Master's, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Um, will the interview be online at the High Commission or in person?
No, it will be in person.
In person, okay, okay, got it. And are dependents allowed to accompany with the master's students in Hungary or Austria?
Okay, so here's the thing. On the student visa case, dependents are not allowed. However, once you change the visa category, once you are on the work visa, then you can call your dependents. But also in some cases, because we have our own, the immigration lawyer as well. So you can just, this is something that I cannot officially claim anything. It is only up to the student. If they would like to take any kind of a lawyer help, or if they secure any kind of a job like their dependents, then they can come directly on those kind of a work permits. Hungary do offer a lot of work permits, so it depends. But yes, on the student visa category, it is not allowed.
Gotcha. Okay, okay. And
Yeah, yeah.
how easy is it to transition from let's say like in a student visa to post study and then from post study to a work permit? How easy or difficult is it?
It's quite easy because of the placements. Recently, I would say from the past few years, it's like really increase of job in the Budapest, more specifically. Vienna have always been known for the good placements, but Vienna, you still need to have, let's say, you can go for a job if you know English, but it's like if you know German, then you will have more options to go for a job. Okay, it's the German influenced country. But in the
Right.
Budapest, as I said, you don't need the language, and there are plenty of jobs, because there are like 70 MNCs already in the business park where our campus is located. More than 100 companies, they usually come to, they are our key corporate partners, those who hire the IBS students. Okay. So it is generally quite easy. Minimum contract that you get in the placement is for 2 years.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So if I will extend my answer to it, like regarding the PR as well. Okay. So if somebody who's looking for the PR, so 5 years is required to stay in the country, which also includes your study duration.
right?
Okay. And yeah, and PSW is very easy to get once you finish off your studies. Now, this is something that I do not encourage, but just for the information, let me tell you, in case if you fail to secure a job during your PSW tenure, okay, in any worst case scenario, which generally I have not seen this thing, but there is a job search visa as well, which you need to pay probably 700 euro extra to get another 6 months extension.
Okay.
Okay. So there is no cap. You can do it as many times as you want, but this is something definitely that we do not recommend the student. Okay. And it encourage the student to go for a white collar job, which they can very easily get. Once they have a job, it is very easy to get the work visa because that's the company who will gonna sponsor your visa.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, on this, actually, I have a two-parter. One is
Yeah.
actually, now, are there any special? First thing is the when we talk about like getting an offer letter from the company. So
Yeah.
now, is the company responsible for filing the work permit, or should we take care of it on our own with the help of a lawyer? That's
No,
first.
so they will sponsor you, they will provide you all the documents. So it's like you do not need the lawyer or anybody because since you're already in the country, all right, you just need an invitation, like or the sponsor letter from the company, and you can do it on your own. There's nothing to take in help from the lawyer.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the second part is since IBS is essentially a business school and it has a lot of business programs.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of business majors have the best job opportunities in Hungary or any place where they're looking for jobs? So, what
Okay.
majors is usually suggested for people who are coming from international setting?
Okay, so it's not just the business related program that we have. So if you will check our program, so specifically finance, for example, so our master's in finance is ranked for the fifth consecutive year top 100 in the world ranking.
Oh,
Okay.
makes sense.
Yes, this is the fifth consecutive year we have been ranked under the top 100. I think this year we have secured the spot, I think 64 in the world ranking, our finance program. All right.
Oh, that's nice.
Not just the international business management, but we are also coming up with the AI and cybersecurity for this intake. September onwards, we have started the AI as well, and hospitality, tourism, and we already had the IT for business data analytics program. Okay, if like this is for the master students and same for the bachelor students, we have all these programs. So it's not just the business management, but it's the business management, and then you can choose any of your specialization. So which I believe makes you really an industry expert. So somebody, let's say if you have done a business management and going a specialization in the finance, so you have the jobs related to the finance, you got a job related to the business management. Same for IT and same for the other programs.
Okay,
In fact, the teaching method is something I would like to highlight here. We have the least amount of PhDs on campus. Okay, we have mainly the industry experts. So, for example, if you are studying a marketing module, a marketing subject, so somebody from the Microsoft, a marketing head, they will come and they will teach you the marketing module. So, student connects, yeah, very well with the industry experts than with just the professors' PhDs. Okay, so the
that's
whole idea, yeah, the whole idea is to make the student that independent that by the time you reach the final semester, you don't need IBS to provide you the placements. You're already holding it.
okay. Okay. No, that's nice actually. I've heard of this concept actually. There is a particular, I mean, and I think it is like right now picking a lot. I think in India also,
Yeah.
I keep seeing schools Scalar, and then I keep seeing
Yes.
schools Mahindra, and then other ones where they're essentially like trying to bring in the industry experts or ex-employees of big corporations and then making them teach classes and all, right? This is good
Yes.
actually. It gives
This
them
is good. This makes a student an industry expert, and I've been seeing this all over. This is my 11th year in the IBS. I was in my second year when I joined it, so I've been a part of it for more than a decade now. So I've always seen students, they're securing a good job placements. Mainly, what I've seen is like either you're getting placed in Budapest or you're getting placed in Switzerland, Germany, or either France or US. So recently, a lot of students from Pune, they got placements in US. So it depends. You can be placed in any part of the world since the key corporate partners that we have, they all are MNCs.
right. Right.
Yeah.
So, guys, a quick suggestion. Let's say, if you also would like to, get yourself into IBS, probably, I think, in down the line, 11 years, you can target for, Miss Anjum's job. Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of people and IBS, we have a lot of IBS alumni, like, been working. As I said, our admission head, our pro-rector now, 28 years back, he was passed out of IBS. Now his daughter is studying in IBS. So we have generations, that are studying in IBS. So of course, I feel very proud when I say about it.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
So ma'am, I'll take one last question. I
Yeah.
wanted to, tell you about this. Ma'am, what do you have to finally say for somebody who tells so Hungary is essentially a tourist country. So what is exactly about the job market there? Can we really expect a lot of jobs, or is it just like jobs related to the tourism industry and that's it?
No, see, Budapest have always been known for the tourism purpose. There is no doubt about it. Okay, definitely there are a lot of jobs in the hospitality, but there is also no doubt about it that Budapest is also becoming a hub for the IT management, all of other courses, because of the fact we are located in the business park. Why I'm highlighting this every time is because we are located in the business park, because we have more than 60 plus MNCs that are based where our campus is located. Our campus is located in the center and we are surrounded by all these big MNCs, which makes a highest chances for the students to get a job. And in fact, if they would like to get in touch with the existing students or anything, like, every year we've been sending the student, every intake we've been sending the students, and all of our students are working. Only students who are not working there are the ones who do not want to work. Or else, if you do not want to go by what I'm saying, please go and search on the internet. Okay, there is a recently nuclear power plant also they're starting, and I think that's a 10 years or 20 years project that also have generated a lot of jobs. And solely business park have generated so many jobs in each domain, be it finance, bank management, IT, tourism, any kind of a jobs. And the programs that IBS is offering is something, for example, if you have done international business management with the specialization in marketing, I always say that management, marketing, IT, finance, these are some profiles and fields where they can apply for a job in any industry.
Sure.
Okay. IT industry needs the people with the management. Okay. They need people with HR. They need people, marketing people. So is the hospitality. So is any healthcare as well. We always need these 4, 5 categories of people. So definitely the programs that we have a very limited number of programs, but only the industry experts program where you can be placed easily.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, right. And ma'am, just last two questions. One is, can you briefly tell about the application process? I mean, just step by step thing, how does it go?
Okay, so the number one step is you need to upload the documents in the system. Okay, there is a portal. You might be knowing about the portal. Just upload all the documents in the portal. Once the documents are uploaded, then you will receive the interview schedule. And within maybe 2 days, you will have the interview schedule. And once you will give the interview, all students to be interviewed by me specifically for masters, and for bachelors, there's a colleague of mine who's going to conduct the interviews. And once you will clear an interview with us, the same day we will inform you about the results. And if you clear the interview, the next step is to make a payment of €400. Once you
Okay.
will make the €400 payment, you will receive a confirmed offer letter and invoice to make the registration of €900 and the tuition fees. So once you will pay the tuition fees, you will receive invitation and the accommodation letter, which is a mandatory document to file for the visa. And after that, you can proceed with the visa filing.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you. And ma'am, lastly, this one last question is Austria's PSW the same as Hungary's?
No, no. So Austria, we are providing with a type D category of visa. So it is not the student visa at the moment, at least for the next one intake. It is not the student visa. It's a type D visa category, which allows the student to study and work part-time. Okay. There is no PSW available in this category. However, if you secure a job during the tenure, then of course you will have a work visa directly. So you don't need the PSW for that.
Okay, okay. So let's say somebody in simplified language, let's say if somebody is going into the Vienna campus and they're studying, and essentially because by the time they finish the course, they will go through the placement cell and then secure a
Yes.
job. So
Yes.
they don't need to get the PSW because they anyways get the work permit, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, good. Got it. Got it. So yeah, ma'am, I think that's about it. I think we have covered all the questions like from the Q&A box and all the places. And I'd like to first of all, thank you so much for doing this. It was great session. I hope most of the students who have attended the session and also the ones who are watching this live have got enough information. And we'd like to once again, thank you so much on behalf of Oaks Overseas and for doing this, ma'am.
Thank you for having me, Yash. Thank you so much. It was really nice to connect with all of you. Thank you so much. And I really look forward to see the students on campus.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
All
Have a-
right. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
everybody. Bye. Have a great evening. Bye.